what type of information may I be able to recover if I'm involved in an automobile accident? Essentially, in the state of Florida, when you're involved in an automobile accident, Florida is a no-fault insurance state, which means that essentially all people who are licensed and own vehicles in this state are required to maintain Florida PIP coverage, which is personal injury protection coverage. That is a state mandatory minimum type of coverage, and that coverage provides for payment for your medical treatment regardless of whether or not you were injured by somebody else or was caused by your own negligence. That's why it's called no fault. That type of coverage is there and will assist in the payment of your medical expenses. However, under Florida law, PIP coverage will only pay 80% of your medical expenditures. Therefore, there's going to be an unpaid 20% balance due on any medical bill that you're relying on PIP coverage. That's where you need to hire an attorney. The attorney who is assisting you on a liability claim will then attempt to secure bodily injury liability coverage from the at-fault driver to supplement the coverage of that 20% up to the point of the limits of your coverage or any expenditures for medical bills that go beyond that. Obviously, some people hopefully have health insurance that's available to supplement this type of coverage, but the types of damages that you're going to see in an automobile accident initially begin with the medical expenses that may be incurred. Now, these expenses may range from initial treatment at an emergency room or may go on for years for future medical expenditures that may be considered in a jury trial. In addition to medical expenses, you may have lost earnings. Under Florida law, you're entitled to 60% reimbursement for lost earnings through your Florida PIP coverage. Anything above and beyond that 60%, you would have to seek from the at-fault party, which is what the attorney you would hire would assist you in doing. In addition to your economic damages for lost earnings, property damage, or medical expenses, Florida also allows for consideration for pain and suffering compensation, and emotional damages as a result of the injuries. However, in the state of Florida, in order to seek compensation and recover for that type of compensation, it's necessary that the individual sustain a permanent injury. It's called the tort threshold in this state. Without a determination of permanent injury, there is no legal consideration for pain and suffering compensation. And that particular issue is one of the most contested elements of any personal injury claim, and is what you hire an attorney to assist you to prove.